continent. We have a day where we, bring in clothing and food and music, and, we usually have some special presentation, somebody that dances or does storytelling or something, to get a flavor of that. And then parents who come from the different places come in and, do a little thing. And so again, your community makes you richer, because we can only represent what we know, and we try our best to learn more.
Are you talking about celebrating them in the classroom? I mean, my child doesn't go here, but in the preschool, I know a lot of parents are kind of upset because, like, Christmas didn't really come in the classroom, and Valentine's Day didn't, all that kind of stuff. And, it was explained to me that, and I don't know if that's different from the elementary age, but really that those times of year are so overstimulating for kids that they felt like the classroom was one place they could kind of get away from that and feel like, not either the pressure of doing this or the distraction. I don't know the exact philosophy behind it, but I know that it was sort of like, well, why can't my kid bring out Valentine, or why can't we be decorating, or...
Right. And I think that's something that you'll see will vary from school to school, and will have more to do with the philosophy of the people that are in that environment than, Montessori. If you read Montessori, she doesn't say anything about holidays one way or the other. So that's something that's up to personal interpretation. And my feeling is, on the one hand, it can get crazy, and this is a very materialistic society, and a lot of the things that are symbols, used to be symbols for something meaningful, are now symbols for consumerism. And so I think, there's a fine line there. And in Montessori, we really are not trying to raise good consumers. but
I'm sorry. I just want to say something, because I've been in Montessori for 20 years, and in the very early years when I was transitioning from a traditional school to a Montessori school, this was in the late 90s, we actually did celebrate holidays. And what started to happen was, like, for example, a Valentine's Day in a 3 to 6 community, what would happen is parents would go out and buy store-bought Valentines that would have Power Rangers or Barbie dolls or whatever on it. And some children would tape a piece of candy on the back of the card, and some children didn't. And what ended up happening was the children would open the bag of Valentines, grab the piece of candy, yum, great, throw the Valentine on the floor, open the next Valentine, no candy, on the floor, and just go through it looking for the candy. So kind of the philosophy of the Ivy School has sort of evolved through observation and experience of what children do, and really wanting to bring value. So how we celebrate Valentine's Day is through peace celebrations or friendship models, but we really don't want the holiday to be about who gave me candy and who didn't. And we also didn't see a lot of value in having parents go buy store-bought Valentines. And so we had moved, again, we went through several different models. So we went to a model of, let's have the children make Valentines. But then a 3 to 6-year-old can't make 30 Valentines. So then we wanted to be fair. We wanted everybody to get a Valentine. And then that didn't seem peaceful. So just kind of slowly over time, we decided, we're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about peace or friendship. We might use a heart. Birthday celebrations. Years and years and years ago, it used to be that children could bring something to share for a birthday food item. But then there were the children who didn't bring a food item. And so then it was like, oh, it's your birthday, you didn't bring anything? And so we're like, okay. So just slowly things kind of evolved based on observation and really thinking about what value are we bringing to the experience in our classrooms. And so it's not that we don't like Valentine's Day or we don't like Christmas, or It's just what are we bringing to that child if we were to bring in a Christmas tree and have everybody get a present? Can everybody afford to bring a present? Is every parent going to stay up that night and make a present? So we really just wanted to be more inclusive of the community. And so we tend to approach not holidays, but festivals and cultural experiences and like tasting different foods. And so, I mean, as the founder of this school, that's kind of how we came to make those decisions, was just based on those observations and really wanting to go back to peace and grace and courtesy and respect for others. So just kind of want to throw that out there.
Can you just describe a little bit about your United Nations Day that you do? And do they do that in your elementary too, or is it?
Yeah, but it's different in elementary.
Can you just describe a little bit about?
Sure. Well, again, this is like a festival, if you will, or a celebration that's very inclusive because it's honoring all the nations of the world. And United Nations Day is actually the 24th of October, which is unfortunate because it's exactly a week before Halloween. But for the little ones, they instead of coming to school in a costume that's like a dog or cat, you come into school dressed in the costume of your ancestors, a country that one of your ancestors came from. And the children bring a food item to share if they want to. They don't have to. There's always so much food that it's not a problem, and nobody's, the parents bring it in so the kids aren't paying attention to whether or not the food comes. And we have a celebration that we do every year that where we talk about the earth and that everybody comes from different places, and that's how come people look different and have different languages and stuff like that. And then we go and visit all the different countries. We have two huge hemispheres that wouldn't fit in this room. But, would fit in this room and half the next. And the kids all sit around the hemispheres, and we have artifacts from all the different countries and flags, and the children who represent each country go and stand on their country. We sing a song from the country. And there's a little play that goes along with it that the kids do, and it's a celebration. The parents are all welcome to come. And we end up we all came from all these different places, but now we're all here in this country, and, weave us together in unity and love is basically the theme of it. And it's one of the things that, again, my kids who come back after years, it's one of the things that they all remember. But the older children, they actually, different rooms or different areas we have in our lower and upper elementary, they have several rooms. And each room is a different continent. And the kids instead of coming from a place of their ancestors, they come from a place that they're interested in researching. And so they go and they research and they create their own costumes, and then they give a report about the country that they've investigated. And then each of the rooms has food and smells and music and artifacts and stuff from the different continents. And so they have a little passport, and they go to the different continents and they visit and they get their passport stamped. But it's a nice ritual that is not attached to any particular culture. It's kind of it's a one world ritual.
Do they ever do a fundraiser to send you to a country of your choice?